Namaste, my name is Prasanna Kumar. I am a tourist guide from Kerala. Welcome to my YouTube channel Kerala Tour Series. In this video, I talk about Trivandrum, the bountiful land lying in the south of Kerala. It is also the administrative capital of Kerala. Geographically, it consists of highland, middleland and lowland. The highland in the east has beautiful mountains with a tropical rainforest. The middleland is more about hills, valleys and water bodies. The lowland comes close to the coastal area by the Arabian Sea in the southwest with its mesmerizing beaches and coconut palms. Tropical in climate, it is warm and a bit humid before and after rainy seasons, with 2 monsoons a year. Very tolerable and enjoyable climate throughout the year. Thiruvananthapuram is an ancient city. It described as a golden city in many old literatures, especially in the early Sangam literature of the 2nd BC to the 6th CE. The present-day city was very scientifically designed and built during the reign of the erstwhile Travancore dynasty in the 19th century. It was the most powerful kingdom of the post-medieval Kerala. The city was built around a Hindu temple called Padmanabha Swami Temple, protecting it with fort walls all around, leaving ample space for the accommodation of both the royal families and the priest community, and an area for commercial activities. In the local vernacular, the city is called Thiruvananthapuram, means the land of Holy Ananta, a snake which is described in the Hindu legends as the one with 1,000 hoods, upon which Padmanabha, the god Vishnu, reposes. This temple is the landmark of the city and is said to be the wealthiest temple in the world presently. It was one of the ancient trade centers in South India, which had trade relations with the foreigners from the BCE itself. A few of such old markets which dealt in spices, grains and other agricultural products are still active in the city. As it was the administrative capital of the former kingdoms and served the old dynasties in many ways, it witnessed many political, religious and social events unfolded in the history. The present-day Trivandrum is a fusion of both old and modern world, welcoming all new developments in science, technology and social, at the same time preserving the values of the old world. Its streets are spotted with both heritage buildings of the past and the modern ones, so it is rightly called the village city. Though the city is growing further to accommodate more people and developments, it has enough infrastructure and facilities to meet the needs of all types of tourists. The schools and colleges, both in the government and private sectors, provide with good standard of education. The city is a center for higher education with international standard. Both the first university and university college in Kerala were established in Thiruvananthapuram. These institutions contributed many geniuses and intellectuals to the world. The main occupations of the local people are still agriculture and fishing, though many still find their livelihood in the traditional jobs like pottery and weaving. But with the booming of both tourism and IT industry, the new generation is more attracted to them. These industries employ thousands of people in different capacities. The city hosts the first IT park in India, situated on the outskirts of the city. It employs thousands of people from all over India. Many locals working in the Middle East countries in different capacities contribute largely to the economy of this land. Unemployment rate is much lower than the national average. Wage ratio is higher than many other cities in India, providing a very good standard of living to its people. As a capital city of Kerala, thousands of people are working in the public sector as well. So this city consists mostly of middle class people. 3.3 million is the approximate population of the district. Around 1 million is in the urban area. The rest lives in the villages. So, more life in the villages than in the city. The local people are very friendly and cooperative. Their hospitality is evident from their words and actions. well educated and civilized. With a high political awareness, the people of this land make a difference. If we talk about the food habits of the people of this land, there are both vegetarians and non-vegetarians. Rice and fish are the staples. Prefer meat occasionally or on the weekends. Most of the people prefer spicy food. Majority of the population is Hindus, and there are also both Muslims and Christians. All are living together in harmony. The festivals, both religious and non-religious, are celebrated by almost everybody, irrespective of their faith. Onam and Vishu are the harvest festivals of this land, a time of celebration for all. These are a few peculiarities of this land and its people. A walk along the city roads under the shade of the rain trees lined along their sides will give one a spectacular view of the city, with both antiquity and modernity embracing it. The city roads with paved footpaths for the pedestrians and street lights for the nightlife will give one a thrilling experience. If you take a stroll along the main road of the city, MG Road, named after Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, with all the main business establishments and other government institutions on either sides along the way, will take you back and forth in time. Give a visit to the marketplaces at the two ends of the city. The markets, which carry the marks of both ancient and modern times, are a different feel for all. Interestingly, it is a city of statues, which are dotted in the prominent areas. The city has well-designed road, rail and air infrastructure to connect it with the outside world. The central railway station and bus station situated close to each other in the middle of the city are having well-advanced facilities to serve the needs of both road and rail users. Two airports, both international and domestic, with all modern facilities to meet the needs of the air passengers, are in the city itself. A new seaport with international standard is coming up in the place of the old port at Vizhinjam on the outskirts of the city. In total, the whole infrastructure meets the international standard. There are quite a few interesting tourist destinations in and around the city, starting from the hilltop destination like Ponmudi or Golden Hills in the east, with its beautiful tea and coffee plantations growing at 1,000 meters above the sea level, to spice gardens, rice fields and vegetable farms, which preserves the rustic village life. Horse Palace or Kudira Maliga, a wooden palace museum of the 19th century with its intricate and immaculate wood carvings, both in rose and teak woods, situated close to the Padmanabha Swami temple at the head of the city, is one of the main attractions of it. It is a private museum belonging to the Travancore royal family. For the history and art lovers, there is Napier Museum, constructed in the 19th century, has a wonderful collection of many antiques. Wood carvings, stone sculptures, bronze statues of different centuries are exhibited in it. The museum building itself is amazing with its wonderful wood carvings on and around its roof. The building is a fusion of different architectural styles. An art gallery named Sri Chitra has a proud collection of world-famous oil paintings of the renowned painter Raja Ravi Verma. It contains an array of paintings of various styles from different parts of the world. A zoo, which is situated next to it. All these buildings are situated in the same compound in an area of 50 acres, which is surrounded by a well-maintained botanical garden. One cannot miss the Attugal Bhagavati Temple, a Hindu temple situated in the city itself. It is well known for its Pongala festival, which broke its own Guinness World Records a few times for the largest congregation of women devotees on the earth. On the Pongala day, the women devotees assembling around the temple cook rice in the earthen pots as an offering to their deity Attugalamma. 3.5 million women turned out last time for this ceremony. Parashurama, the reincarnation of Vishnu, has also a temple here. It is an 800-year-old structure of Chola style of architecture by the banks of the Karamana river and is popular for a Hindu custom called Vavu Beli. People of all faiths assemble here to commemorate their ancestors by conducting this ritual, as Parashurama is considered as the one who gives moksha or salvation to the souls of the deceased ones. Kovalam, the beach destination situated on the outskirts of the city, has been attracting tourists for the past many years. Its palm-fringed and scintillating beaches with golden sand and the world-class lodgings and restaurants for the tourists of any budget will inspire anybody. The last but not the least, the rocket cave temples in Vizhinjam and Madavur Para, which are 1,000 years old and are said to have been the centers of either Jainism or Buddhism in the past. The wonders of this land are not over here. It expands further to its satellite towns with Attingal in the north, Kilimanur in the northeast, Nedumangadu in the east, and Neyatankara in the southeast. Thank you all for watching my video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel. See you all in the next video. Bye.